Primo, what about shades, right? That you guys only had that Fox Spirit change, but it's pretty big, right?
Um, I mean, like I said, as you said in your video, 17K lines. I mean, whether I have proof or not, but it's very RNG,
Yeah.
right? So one day, like in GXP, for example, right? So that day when I streamed and I did 707 bill, I haven't been able to get to it close ever since. Maybe because it's BR, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't matter in GHP, right? So it's very RNG. But I still like it because it kind of keeps the game fresh for me because it makes more motivation to damage chase, try to beat you, Edward, Truffle Lock X, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's always nice. I
So
mean,
do you
go
think
ahead.
do you think where I had shades in the class ranking a little too premature, or do you think they're in a pretty good spot?
But you always put in well, I'm not trying to be
Mm.
biased, but um I would agree it would be there because it brings so much utility, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned split, you mentioned crit res. Um,
I mean, just to
Unfortunately, split is gonna change because they already have it in KMSM.
yeah, yeah.
It's gonna eventually come to us. It's gonna
Mhm.
be a 90 seconds cooldown moving forward. But hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
But I also like that you guys have like you guys does your own heavens door it's separate from bishops, right? Like so it's an extra one or no?
It's separate.
Separate. So you have that and then you also have like I mentioned your backstep is insane.
Spirit guard. Yep.
Spirit guard, that shield, yeah. And you guys have self heals with death something, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't really do much, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as you see the healing charts from Fouls,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't really do much.
No. Okay. Yeah. I mean, would you guys say like let's start with your Primo. Do you think shades are like if someone were to ask you, you know, would you recommend shade? Like would you say that they are like worth playing and like does it matter? Do they shine better as like a free to play compared to other classes, middle tier, like or um as like the highest end game? Or do you think it doesn't matter? Like do they excel in certain situations better than others? What would you say to someone that's like just asking about Shade if it's worth playing?
Shades as a free to play is actually very friendly because they don't have much like buffs that you need to put on pets, right?
Mm,
You can live without a lot of those stuff. Um, so without having to spend on pets, it's a very friendly free to play class. Plus, bomb punch hits pretty hard, but it's slow. But if you're struggling to survive in like 144 or something, right? You would put that on because that would keep you alive.
mm.
Uh, I don't know about now, but that's how it worked back in the day. If you can't survive, use bomb punch. That's what people would say.
Versus Spirit Claw, right?
Yeah.
How would you rate like Shades in comparison to other pirate classes? Kind of if someone was trying to re-roll or something.
Um, it's hard to say because I don't see them very much, unfortunately, because it's practically non-existent here in a Scania at least. We don't I can't really say much on that, but I would say we are Shade's not the number one knuckle user, as I would say.
What is that?
Speaking of knuckle users, just
Thun-
knuckle users.
Thunderbreakers? What is the
I would
other?
say Thunderbreakers,
Is
arcs are
Arc?
probably stronger.
Hmm.
But they're just straight DPS, right? I
Yeah.
mean, but as you say, Thunderbreaker, they carry timely, quote unquote, which they don't.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.